Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, my name is Femke and in today's video it is time for a new nail art design, which is something that I really want to do more often because it's not only a lot of fun to do, but I hope that I can help you guys out with some specific nail art techniques as well. So if you have any recommendations on specific nail art techniques or looks, let me know in the comments down below and I will try to do a video on that as well. But if you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you would like to do so. Hit that notification bell as well and become a part of my little nail family here at YouTube. But first of all, I am going to start on a white base. I have just pre-done that before recording to not make this video super long. And I have used my Dior base coat as well as the Hollow Taco not milky white color. I think I've applied 2 coats of that white, but it could have been one really thick coat as well because it does dry pretty fast. Then I decided on some random colors that I had standing on my work desk to use for this particular design. So I've got some different brands that I will be using. One is by OPI, I've got a couple H&M ones, as well as a Catrice one in some different like light pink, purple, blue tones, some shimmeries, some glittery polishes as well. So there's a lot of different stuff going on for this design, but trust me, it will look really cute. And of course, if you are going to recreate this design yourself, you can choose whatever colors you would like to use, whatever nail polish brands as well. As I mentioned in a lot of my other videos, there are no rules to nail art and pretty much anyone can do it. You don't need a big like free budget to spend on nail supplies because most of the time I really love budget-proof nail polish brands as well, and they can be really good, such as Essence, Catrice, Sally Hansen, and so on. And the H&M ones are actually pretty good too. But first up, I am going in with a color by OPI. This one is one from the Hollywood collection. I really like that. And for the entire like kind of dry brush sponged on kind of look, I am going to use some tiny particles or just ripped off parts of a kitchen sponge. So yeah, once again, just use what you have laying around the house. You don't need to spend a ton of money on specific nail art tools or anything like that. I just rip off a little part of a kitchen sponge and yeah, you can just use it, just like sponge it on or however you want to call this. I'm just going to randomly place some of all of the colored polishes onto my white base. Once again, you can use colors to your personal preference or just choose anything. You don't have to choose this amount of colors either. If you're like, I just want to use 2 different shades, be my guest. There are no rules to nail art. But yeah, I really liked just picking some random colors and just going for like a pink to purple to blue kind of color scheme. I think it's really pretty and I think a lot of you will really like this color combination as well. One thing that I would like to share is that if you're going to use multiple different colors, I tend to start off with the lightest color first and then work my way towards the darker shade. So you already have a good like base coloring going on with the lighter shades, and of course use a light hand if you don't want to like apply a lot of one specific color, especially when it comes to darker really pigmented colors like this one by Catrice. Don't get me wrong, it's a gorgeous color, but it is so opaque and so intense that I was a little bit more careful with my application when it came to this color. It was the darkest color that I will be using with this like sponging on technique. So I try to be as gentle as possible because the harder you will press down, the more color will like submerge from the sponge. And yeah, it might be a little bit too much to your personal preference and your likings. So yeah, just place them wherever you want to. You could even just use a makeup sponge, like a little piece of a makeup sponge as well, if you don't have any like kitchen sponges. But I do feel like the kitchen sponge is actually a great way to add some texture to the nail and the color, you know? Like makeup sponges can be a little bit too like slick if you know what I mean. So if you have a kitchen sponge like the one I was using for this particular design, it's a little bit more rough around the edges and it just gives a really cool effect. Then for the shimmery color that I used, which was one by H&M from their new like ASAP fast dry kind of color range, which are great by the way. I will be planning on doing a full-on swatch and review video on all of the colors that I got, which were like 10 colors or something like that. That shimmery color I am just dry brushing on, so get rid of most of the polish from the brush and just drag on the rest that you have like stuck onto the brush, so it's kind of like a patchy kind of effect. Of course, if you want more shimmer going on your nails, just add a little bit more, you know. Once again, there are no rules to nail art, just have fun, just wing it, or maybe even draw out what you want to do exactly for your nails and just choose the colors wisely or anything like that. You can make it as planned out as you like. I just tend to wing it a lot. That is also why I accidentally applied a little bit too much of the glitter, like the super chunky glitter polish that I used right here to the pointer finger. I had a little bit too much of product on my sponge, and yeah, you can tell there's a little bit more glitter on that nail than on the others, but you know, that's no biggie. I love a little glitter in my life, so once again, just add as much or as little as you want to. Of course, while working with all of these colors, just take your time. The polishes will pretty much be dry once you're done with the pinky nail if you're starting out with the thumb like I am. And if you're going in with the next color, the previous color will be pretty dry already. But yeah, I really want to use some of these beautiful black and transparent butterfly water decals that I had laying around. I think I got them at AliExpress like once upon a time. I have no idea how long it's been that these have been like hanging out in my collection here in my little like nail room. But I think they're really gorgeous, and it's just a little like extra how to use water decals in this video. I have done previous videos on that topic as well, but I still get a lot of questions about them because they work differently than your regular nail sticker. So yeah, what you want to do is just cut out the design that you want to work with. I just get a little triangular like plate, whatever you want to call it, dish, whatever you have handy. You can just dunk it into a cup of water as well. The water doesn't have to be anything specific. It's not like a water marble, so you don't have to like super pure water. You can just use tap water, whatever. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold or anything like that. I just use it straight from the tap, so it's like 8 degrees or something, kind of cold, like degrees Celsius, because you know, I'm Dutch, we work with Celsius here. So yeah, you can keep it quite cold. So cut out your design, remove the clear film that's on top of it. If you don't do that, you won't be able to get the decal off of the paper backing. So make sure to remove that film, then dunk it in the water for I'd say like 15 to 20 seconds, and then you can easily slide it off. So once again, I'm showing you right here. Just take off the clear film, dunk it in the water, just shake it around a little bit, let it settle for 15 to 20 seconds, and then you can take it out and actually really easily slide off of the paper backing. You can just use your fingers for that. Some people like to use like stampers for stamping nail art as well. Totally just work how you like to work with these. I've never really used stampers for this because I feel like it's a little bit of like a hassle. I just prefer sliding it off with my finger and then picking up the decal with like tweezers or something like that, and then place it onto the nail. Of course, you do want to make sure that after you've placed it on top of your nail, that of course your nail polish is completely dry, but you also make sure that there's no air or water left underneath the decal, because that may cause lifting of the decal or just a mess going on, you know, your decal won't stay put or anything like that. So just make sure that it's completely flat onto the nail and also exactly where you want to place it, because you can still move it around a little bit if there's still some water butter underneath the decal, but if that is completely gone, the decal is stuck to your nail, especially when working with regular polishes. It's just stuck. It works like a dream, which is, I feel like it's a good thing that it gets pretty stuck to the nail, but of course, make sure you have placed it where you wanted it to be. So yeah, I'm just going to place some other butterfly decals to the rest of my nails to just give it a full-on butterfly pretty look. I love butterflies on nails. It's just something magical, just fairy-like. It's gorgeous, it's cute. But yeah, after your decals have settled, they're perfectly in place, all of your nail polishes should already be completely dry. After that, you can go in with some additional nail polish like I'm going to do. I'm just going to use a black polish which is called Pitch Perfect. This one is from H&M as well, from like their natural plant-based kind of collection, which is also quite new by the way. So I'm still trying out these polishes to see how good they are, but for now the black is already really pigmented and that is a big plus. So I'm just going to grab one of my dotting tools and just add some additional dots to the entire manicure. Just place them wherever. I'm just placing them kind of like dotted swirls, if you know what I mean. So just place a couple of them one after another, so it kind of like gives a little swoosh to the design, if you know what I mean. I think it looks really cute. Of course, you can use any other color as well, but I chose a black since my butterflies are pretty much black outlined butterflies, and I just think it really ties in this design perfectly. So yeah, just do that. I used a dotting tool because I have a ton of those. You can get them for like dirt cheap at AliExpress or Amazon or Wish or anything like that. They're really inexpensive, but if you don't have any budget free to spend on stuff like that, you can easily just use like a toothpick or something like that and just create your own dotting tool, you know, or maybe even the ball end side of a glass ball end needle. Those work amazing as dotting tools as well. So yeah, that's just a little tip that I wanted to share. Once again, don't spend a ton of money on nail supplies if you don't have to, because you know, there are so many different household items that you can use for nail art. It's insane. But yeah, once you have finished your design and you're ready to top coat, make sure your manicure is completely dry, especially if you used a super pigmented black polish like I did. Make sure to wait for like 10 minutes because blacks can smear and just give like a draggy mess if you like drag the polish across your nail. It would be such a shame because this design is pretty cute and you don't want to mess up all of your nails. So yeah, make sure it is completely dry before going in with your top coat. I'm just using a quick dry one by Catrice Cosmetics. Once again, really affordable. I think it's below €3 even, or maybe 3.50 or 3.60 in euros a max. So really inexpensive and quite easy to get by as well. I'm just going to apply a good layer of that and cap off the edges while at it to make sure that my manicure lasts a longer period of time, as well as making sure I don't have any chipping or tip wear or anything like that. I actually wore this design for over a week and it still looked good after 8 days. So yeah, just a little tip. Always cap off your edges, you know, especially if you have longer nails and also if you have quite a manual job or you just work a lot with your hands in general. Just make sure to cap off those edges because it really is a big help, and it also kind of protects your nails a little extra as well. But yeah, this was the entire new nail art tutorial using some gorgeous water decals. I really love them. Definitely let me know what you think about this color combination and water decals, and if you have any questions, do let me know as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.